Hello, I thought I'd try a little narration for a change, and I decided to wear a hat because my hair frankly needs cut and it's a mess, and I like this hat. And yeah, well, I can't go out in the street with it. I can't make it to the end of the street without someone comment on it. Anyway, smaller screen, maybe a little logo in the corner there, and a touch of music. Let's get started on this character. Right, okay, so his name is Stovepipe. He is a character from the latest story I'm about to start writing. He is the appointed leader of a clan of people made out of metal. They were made essentially in a different world, not as in a different planet, as in a different realm or something. You know? Depends on what you want to call it, but yeah, essentially it's connected to the human world in some way, but yeah, an inventor of sorts made these people and managed to give them human souls that were already passed from this world. Harnessed them, gave them to these beings. He'd made a handful and then started to find the resources to continue making more to their numbers, and so on and so forth. When they die, essentially their souls leave the bodies, and then the bodies remain intact, but their personalities vary through the ages, through the generations. But yes, this is the leader. He's bad news actually. He banishes one of them because he catches rust, which is a kind of virus in it. In that world, rust that doesn't really exist. And it's basically oxygen and electrons don't react with each other the same way, so rust isn't really a thing there until now. It's a contagion among the clan. And yeah, they can't really treat each other because it risks them becoming infected, the doctor becoming infected, so the only course of action is banishment. And alas, the one that the story mainly focuses on that gets banished, he finds himself getting cured by one of the main characters in the story, and when he tries to come back, turns out he's not willing to take the risk. He won't hear anything. Of it at all. He's adamant that he's not coming back into the clan, basically. And furthermore, he's ignoring the warnings from the main characters that the contagion, the rust, is actually being transmitted through something. I'm not sure what it is yet. It's an early work in progress. I've only really got notes on the book so far. But yeah, it's some kind of necessity of life for them. It's like water or something. It's carrying this contagion, which essentially, if it spreads throughout their body, which does happen quite quickly, and it's going to be over the course of perhaps weeks, days maybe, but it gets to the core chamber that houses the soul, and the soul escapes. If the chamber corrodes and the soul escapes, essentially it's their equivalent of dying. Anyway, let's focus more on the actual painting. Yeah, I cheated right there. Well, I didn't really cheat. I just faded, as you saw, and just because I felt I could get the idea of what I was doing, so I felt cut the time, the length of the video down. By doing that, essentially just used the same panel, really, repositioned it, added to it. Yeah. At the end of the video, I've shown between cuts I altered some things I altered some things between cuts. Yeah, I added, there was actually a stone effect. I wanted to give the idea that he was once covered with black hammerite paint with a hammerite finish. And I think it actually comes off really well. You'll see at the end of the video if you stick around. If I keep your interest long enough for you to stick around. But yeah, I feel it works. I feel it worked, and I'm actually very happy with the overall outcome, because I feel as if it reminds us of something I might have seen in a picture book when I was a child. Yeah, it seems quite retro to me. I keep the designs very simple. I mean, the likes of the external shell. I hate this new trend that's come about in movies and that everywhere, where it's like, for some reason, they seem to think the more intricate the details, the better. It's a mess. Likes of the Transformers films. I mean, Bumblebee was okay, but yeah, and the likes of the Michael Bay Transformers films, they're so intricate that it's difficult to tell what's what. I mean, yeah, another example is, I mean, look, I've got Ed 209 here, look. Very simple, right? Very simple design. You could tell what's what in that, even if there is a bit missing here. But yeah, you could tell what's what. You could tell this is the legs, this is the sort of joint. It extends instead of bends. It's simple, and then compare that to an image of Ed 209 from the 2014 Robocop film, and again, it just looks like a total mess. You can't tell what's what. So yeah, I keep the design of mine quite simple. There's an understructure I'm trying to show that, like right there, I'm doing the elbow joint. And yeah, I feel that that's all you really need. I mean, these aren't humans in suits, these are mechanical through and through, and you need some kind of external plating to protect the understructure. Although some of the understructure isn't actually visible, because it's kind of the golden rule with armour that you need to have gaps to allow for mobility. Yeah, I had no idea what I was going to do with this second arm at all. When I did the preliminary sketch, I only did the scythe-ended arm. I was actually going to do them both like that to give them a sort of grasshopper look, but yes, it just didn't seem practical. But here we go. I just speed painted this. And, well, it works. He's pointing. He's going to be pointing at the person he banished. This picture's meant to have taken place when he came back. Character's name is Spout. I'll talk about him in my next video. But yeah, he's sort of pointing to him, saying, "I told you before, don't come back here." And Spout's like, "But I'm here to look at me. I'm trying to tell you that the contagion's in whatever. I'll figure it out." He's like, "No, not happening. I don't care. I won't hear of it. Get out." Yeah, here we go. This is more understructure. I had no plan for that. Just thought maybe just look like pipes and bars, and then I go on to doing the legs mega quickly. I started off going back to my old ways. I used to paint my characters bit by bit, and it proved to me to be a far longer process than doing their bodies all as one. But yes, as you can see now, the things are picking up in pace. Just making sure the panels are there, the panel idea, and the idea of panels, I should say. Add some rivets into it later on as well. More understructure. You get the idea. I love this music, by the way, as well. It's not my music by any means. I want to point that out. I want to make that clear that it's not my. Here we go. Now again, there's a lot of cheating involved here. You might consider it cheating. It's a case of copying and pasting, duplicating, whatever you want to say. But it works because it's meant to be pretty symmetrical by design. So. Just keep watching for a moment. There's nothing else to comment on. Again, it's meant to be solid bars that serve as the understructure, sort of mechanical skeleton underneath the mechanical external body. And there he is with the finished sort of look. He has the, like it says, he looks like he's made out of an old stove, essentially. But yeah, I feel as if the subtle rock overlay that I gave him, it made the texture myself. Like I sometimes do that in my videos. Yeah, I use textures that I pre-made. Because it gets a good effect, and I think this is one of the examples. Really, I feel it looks like he was covered in black paint at one point, and it's all badly scraped and chipped and that. And then, of course, you could see the shiny new parts of him as well, like the blade in particular. If you go in close, you can see that his whole understructure's obviously been replaced at some point. His nose, his hat, But anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe if you want to see any more. Hopefully I will see you next time. Well, you'll see me, you know what I mean. I won't see you.